welcome everybody. We're so glad you joined us today. My name is Cindy Larson, and you have tuned into a podcast called Songs That Tell the Story. I am going to be talking today with my parents, Lavoy and Cleon Dewey, the writer of some amazing songs. You guys are what they call OG. Do you know what OG means? If somebody says of you that you are an OG songwriter, OG Christian songwriter, OG is original gangster. Yeah. So
is it
original.
A compliment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're OGs. So you might be an OG. Are you an OG? They're OGs. But
I had other words for that, but I'm going to tell you what it was.
so over the years, and we're fixing to dig into this song, but I just want to tell the audience something. Over the years, Dad has had a range of all the parts. So
I sing all four parts on this.
I know, we're getting there.
So I'm going to just jump around from. I may sing tenor. I may sing the bass.
I'm sure you're going to sing bass.
You need me to help you?
No.
You can hum a high G.
That's so funny. But ever since I was a little kid, Dad could teach all the parts. So he was, at one time, how many choirs did you direct?
Well, we had 100 and some voices at a CA convention. My choir in Amarillo was 70 voices.
But
how many
Springfield,
different you had?
had a graded choir system.
Well, in Springfield, we had 13 different choirs.
Yeah. How
Television.
did you do that? Like you had a children's choir.
I had directors for each place. You
Yeah.
know, and I would kind of.
You had
I directed the.
Was there a men's group
Yeah.
and
College choir,
college choir?
and then we had the TV choir.
Madrigal.
Then we had the sanctuary choir,
Okay.
and then we had the graded choir system. So all the graded choir systems had their own directors and piano players.
Wow. And that's a big deal. You don't see that anymore, but you were able to handle all of the parts and all of the
Wrote most of the arrangements.
Wrote the arrangements
Write it out on a calligraph. Anyway, I write
The
it
old-
out by hand.
Gretschler. What is the name?
But
Okay.
I mean, all this proves you are OG
It
songwriters.
proves we're forgetful. Is what it
And we're
proves.
forgetful, and there is that. So,
Yes.
but this song is fun. First of all, you wrote it, right, Mom? Or Mom and Dad,
We wrote it.
and about what what year? What's some insight behind it?
I
I know
just-
it's your favorite subject.
In the
It's-
90s.
It's Dad's.
Yeah.
It's Dad's favorite
I
subject.
can recall rolling down the road and writing several songs.
Yeah.
So if I say we were on in betwixt hither and yon, then you may say, well, that's what she said about another song. And it's true. It's true.
Yeah, well, Mom has a book. Would be needing a new album, and Mom would go flip through a book, and would But this subject, I'll feel at home in heaven, is something that you are at home with.
I'm
the
home
subject.
free. That's my favorite subject to preach on.
Yeah.
It's my favorite subject to sing on. In fact, we've got, Brother Swigert did an album of heaven songs,
Yeah.
and he chose our song, "Heaven Sounding Sweeter," as the title song.
Yeah.
And I said to her, well, shoot, we've got more songs than that
can
about
do it.
heaven. So I started writing them down, and we come up with 50 songs that we have either written or
Wish
or
we'd
hymns
written.
or wish we'd have written. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do two kinds of songs we've written, songs we wish we'd have written. And I play the ones on my horns. And you girls help me out on the ones we wish we'd written, like "Oh, I Want to See Him" and all those great songs. But heaven has just been a wonderful thought to me. And I'm not going to be a stranger to heaven. I'm going to feel at home. And we were talking about that. We're pilgrims and strangers on this land, but heaven is going to be home.
Yeah.
I want to sing this song right now. We're going to come back.
You're going to
to
sing
some more.
all the parts?
Yeah, I might wander around a little bit on this.
Go for it.
I've lost a
Dad.
little on the top and a little on the bottom, but we're going to find the middle
All
here.
right.
I know so many people who've made the journey, crossed old Jordan wide. When I finally reach that shore, I'll already be acquainted on the other side. I'll feel at home in heaven. Heaven's really home to me. I know I'll feel at home in heaven with Jesus for eternity.
All right, do it. Get into the mic.
Every day I serve the Lord, it's one step closer
Yeah.
to my final destiny.
You got it, Dad.
There's a place of rest and peace prepared for the faithful. There I long to be. I'll feel at home in heaven. Heaven's really home to me. I know I'll feel at home in heaven with Jesus for eternity. I love that piano picking in there.
Yeah, Mama.
I don't want to get attached to things in this world. I'm not here for long. So very soon I'll take my flight, join my friends and loved ones, sing redemption songs. I'll feel at home in heaven. Heaven's really home to me. I know I'll feel at home in heaven with Jesus for eternity. I'll feel at home in heaven. Heaven's really home to me. I know I'll feel at home in heaven with Jesus for eternity. I know I'll feel at home in heaven. Heaven's really home to me. I know I'll feel at home in heaven with Jesus for eternity. With Jesus for eternity.
Well, all righty then.
Oh, we did it.
That's a low
You did
G.
it.
That's a low G, but low C.
Eat your heart out, Brad Smith.
Brad's
Oh, man.
Brad's one of my favorite bass singers up at
yes.
Dollywood.
We love to go to Dollywood, and Dad
Kingdom Airs.
never misses the
I
Kingdom
look to see when the
Airs.
calendar is, when the Kingdom Airs are singing.
Well, we love it.
You know, my grandfather, our granddad, my granddad, E.J. Dewey, loved to preach on heaven.
Yeah.
And back in those days, you know, they'd preach heaven's surreal. I got up one night and went to check to see if Mom and Daddy were still in bed. You know, I woke up thinking may have the rapture taken place and I was left behind. But heaven has always been a pleasant thought to me. I don't dread eternity. I don't dread, my life being taken away, whatever. I just know that it's just going to be wonderful.
Yeah. It's a win-win. And
Amen.
Mom, you've been on Death's Door several times, and you've said that it's a win-win, right?
It's a win-win.
Sometimes the fear of the unknown, we don't know, what
We
to do.
kind of don't know, but yet we do.
Yeah.
We try to imagine
Yeah.
what the other side is like,
Yeah.
but it's so much
can't.
greater.
Well, you've actually died. You actually died in Mexico.
Yeah, I kind of felt cheated because I didn't see anything. I didn't see any bright lights. I didn't see Jesus.
We
I
know
just-
people who have had
Absolutely.
heavenly experiences and came back.
Right.
That's not hyperbole.
No.
That's not a joke. That's not. It's not made up. They really did.
Yes.
There's several books out there of different
Yeah.
people who have experiences. But
We just challenge you that you get so close to God. We challenge you that you want to be in His presence so that you will feel at home on the other side. The Bible tells us The Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout. With the voice of the archangel, the trump of God, the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together to meet him in the clouds, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. Heaven is a wonderful, wonderful goal to go to.
And we'll feel at home.
I'll feel at home.
Yes.
We will feel at home, and I'm just so thankful for that song. Thank you for sharing it. It's a
Thank
fun
you,
one.
Cindy.
Yeah.
It's not a song that we have done live very many times because it was kind of written around the quartet model, but it is a really fun song to sing.
I'm going to sing it. I'm going to sing it more often.
Do it.
Yeah.
I love it. I enjoyed it so much, and I
I
really
like
am.
those little fill-in parts you did
Oh
there.
man, there's some good musicians. You always hire the best, and
best.
still do hire the best musicians in town, and
And when the session was finished, I had them a check.
yeah.
I didn't make them wait till next week or next month.
Well, that's you got to do that. You got to pay those guys. Got to pay those guys right away. Mom, would you like to give us a closing word or thought or prayer tonight?
You know, I think about those who are watching this,
Yeah.
and they think they feel a little left out. It's like, I know there's a heaven, but I just don't want on this load.
You don't want to go right now.
I don't want to go right now, and it scares them, and that's so normal.
Yeah.
To feel that way.
Yeah.
And the Lord understands that. But when you really know Jesus,
Yeah.
then he takes all the fear away.
Yeah.
Because he's peace. Everything about Jesus is perfect peace. And when we think about what he has prepared for us, that is so wonderful. There'll never be an end to it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll ever be bored.
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day, do you think we'll see movies in heaven? I said, well, there's nothing that says we won't, but there could be a full
Sky could be filled.
the sky
man.
could be filled with the Battle of Jericho.
Yeah.
And all of those things that God
Oh,
has
think about
recorded
that.
in his book.
Yeah.
The amazing stories in the Bible.
Yeah.
And we could see it like it's firsthand.
Oh,
I'd
that's
like to
amazing.
see those movies.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Lord,
it.
I just pray right
Yes,
now.
right now.
I want to thank you once again for the opportunity
hope we
that
have.
you've opened to us, and for Cindy and Mark who help
Yes.
us do these little programs, and those who don't feel excited as we do about heaven. That's the easiest problem you can solve. Just bow your head, bow your heart
Jesus.
to the living God and say,
Jesus.
Jesus, come into my
Jesus.
heart. Give me the
Jesus,
enthusiasm
Jesus.
and the excitement
Jesus,
that
Jesus.
other people feel
Jesus,
with the
Jesus.
mention of heaven. And do that now,
Yes,
even
Lord.
as we close and they bow hearts, and just touch them.
Yes, Lord.
Let them know that they have an encounter
Thank you, Jesus.
the living God
Thank
in
you, Jesus.
Jesus'
Eyes
name
have not
we pray.
seen, neither has it entered the heart of man the things that God has prepared for those that love him. Let's meet him on the other shore.
I'm ready to go. Are you ready
Yes.
to go?
Feel at home. in
We
heaven.
love you so much. Thank you
Yes,
for
we
joining
do.
us on the podcast Songs That Tell the Story. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.